Hello and welcome everybody to the Mo.re.Bricks channel. My name is Mo and I'm here finally with the next Lego architecture set in my portfolio for you guys to watch me build. And this one took a bit longer to get here. Actually, 2 attempts by 2 different delivery companies. The first one, I mentioned it in the Trafalgar Square build I did recently. No, wasn't Trafalgar Square, was Tokyo. Sorry about that. So the Tokyo build kind of came in between because I was planning to build this right after Trafalgar Square, and London actually fits this quite nicely, but the 21034 set, that's the number, didn't arrive. Hermes had something against delivering to my address for some reason, and DHL tried, succeeded as they usually do. So it's finally here, the London set 21034. It has just below 500 pieces, so it's on the smaller side of architecture sets, but nonetheless, this will be fun, I'm quite sure. And let's jump right into it and show you how it looks. Here we go. I actually have not even broken the seals yet, so you can see. Let me just show you the back of the box. There are the seals still sealed, closed. And as you can see on the backside, there is a couple of buildings that we've already seen in the much larger Trafalgar Square set. The National Gallery is part of it, Nelson Column is part of it. And yeah, these two mainly, you can see the fountains right here being represented as well. And then of course we have Big Ben, which is the tallest of the buildings. I'm gonna say buildings because in the back you can see the London Eye, which is kind of the big Ferris wheel being represented as well. And then we have the Tower Bridge right here, the most iconic one with a little sailboat next to it. This is basically the set. And yeah, it's, as I said, on the smaller kind of side of architecture sets, but that does not stop me from building it here. It's going to be a rather quick one, but probably still a lot of fun. Let me put that away to not harm myself. I'm prone to harming myself. Accidentally, not on purpose, that is. There are no numbered bags in here. I already checked the instructions. And as always, we will go through the individual pictures that are in the very beginning of the manual or instructions, however you want to call them. Let me just go into full screen mode here. And I switched the cameras around a little. So this one looks a bit different, and depending on how I put the mic, if it's a bit lower, you can actually see me better through this camera right here. Let me read a bit of the background info for you guys. So the first page says London. Originally founded by the Romans over 2,000 years ago, London has grown to become the cultural and economic capital of Britain and one of the world's truly global cities. Famous for its finance, fashion and arts industries, London is the world's most visited city. Wow, didn't know that. And also one of its most culturally diverse. More than 300 languages are spoken by its population of over 8.5 million people. Standing on the river Thames, or Thames, I'm not quite sure. River Thames, yeah. London's skyline reflects both the city's diverse and colorful past and its continued ambition to embrace bold modern architectural statements. And then there is a quote by Samuel Johnson: "When a man is tired of London, he is tired of life, for there is in London all that life can afford." All right, as always, I will put pictures in this corner of the screen. I hope I did it right this time. I always get confused with how the camera is pointing and where I have to point to make you show the things in the right corner of the screen. So there is a kind of skyline up top view, either from a helicopter or a skyscraper, that shows you the nighttime view of the London Tower Bridge, beautifully illuminated. Then we have the National Gallery, which was already part of, as I said, Trafalgar Square. The National Gallery, from the very start, the aim of the National Gallery was to ensure that the widest public possible could enjoy its collection. When Parliament agreed to pay for the construction of the new gallery in 1831, there were lengthy discussions about where the building should be located. Trafalgar Square was eventually chosen, as it was considered to be at the very center of the city and therefore accessible by all classes of London society. Construction began in 1832, and the new gallery was finally completed in 1838, so about 6 years of build time. The building has been enlarged and altered many times as the National Gallery's collection grew and today holds over 2,300 works of art. Over 6 million people visit the gallery every year and enjoy works by Leonardo da Vinci, Vincent van Gogh, and J.M.W. Turner. There is a picture, again it'll be on the screen, of the National Gallery. You can see the fountain in the foreground. Then there is Nelson Column, also a part of the Trafalgar Square build before. I'm going to skip this text right there. But Big Ben is new to us. So Big Ben, the Great Bell, in brackets, officially known as the Elizabeth Tower, formerly known as the Clock Tower and renamed in 2012 in honor of Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee, has stood at the northeastern corner of the Palace of Westminster for over 150 years. The 316 feet or 96.3 meter neo-Gothic styled tower is one of the most recognized and photographed landmarks in London today and an integral part of the city's skyline. The tower's clock mechanism is wound by hand 3 times a week and is still as accurate today as it was as when it was constructed over 150 years ago. And then we have a picture of course, Big Ben. And then there is the London Eye, the kind of tall, round, circular, can't think of the word now, not merry-go-round, Ferris wheel, there we go. So, opened in 2000, to mark the new millennium, the London Eye is still the world's largest cantilevered observation wheel, with a height of 443 feet or 135 meters. This remarkable feat of design and engineering has become the UK's most popular paid attraction, with 3.75 million visitors every year. On a clear day, it is possible to see up to 25 miles or 40.2 kilometers in the distance from the top of the wheel. Originally intended as a temporary structure, the London Eye is now a permanent fixture of the London skyline and iconic symbol of modern London. Of course, another picture of that right here. Another one of the Tower Bridge. And the text states, "It took 8 years and 11,000 tons of steel to construct the 213 feet or 65 meter tall Tower Bridge, and when it opened in June 1894, it was regarded as the most sophisticated bridge of its type in the world. The framework was clad in Cornish granite and Portland stone to protect the underlying steelwork and to give the bridge a modern, pleasing appearance. Built with giant movable roadways that lift up for passing ships, it is still considered an engineering marvel and arguably remains the most recognized bridge in the world." All right, that's it for the background info. And as always, I learned something which is very cool and something that I really like about the architecture series in general. I will, as always, not use these instructions. Oops. There we go. Put this away. And I think I will only need 1, maybe 2 time lapses for you guys this time. And I will do a bit of part sorting right now and then get right into building the 21034 architecture set, London. Here we go. All right, quick interruption to show you how far we got. So this is basically, let's use that camera up top and get rid of this one right here. So the base plate, it is mainly black, light-ish gray, and then we have all the water, I guess that is gonna be underneath the tower bridge and stuff like that. So that's what it looks like so far. We have the classic plate showing off the name of the city we're in, or the building that we're doing, and then we have also typical for these types of architecture sets like little bases for whatever we're gonna do. This could already be for the Trafalgar Square kind of building, so for the National Gallery with the fountains in front. Probably this is gonna be, I paid absolutely no attention to how the set is gonna look when it's finished when I looked at the box, to be honest. This is probably gonna be for the London Eye, so the bases are a bit wider because otherwise you wouldn't fit all the different items on it. And then we have some clear flat pieces right here, the 1x2 tiles, and that's how far we got until now. Page 40, building step number 29, just as a quick intermission, and you can see in terms of the parts that are still left over, we have a couple for the lighter tan, bit of white, bit of lighter gray, bit of darker gray, and that's about it. Some clear pieces, some light bluish ones, and yeah, let's continue building the London set 21034, and let's make this a bit quicker. Here we go. All right, here we are. The set is finished. 21034 London. Lego architecture set with just under 500 pieces. Here we go. So from my left, your right, to my right, your left, we have the London Tower Bridge right here with a little sailboat underneath. With this little very nice mechanism like the drawbridge actually has. Then we have, oops, almost ripped this off. Then we have the London Eye, which is the Ferris wheel, and it is actually attached at the bottom, which is really neat. It isn't fully round, I would say, because it's hard to get this in a perfectly round shape with this Lego Technic connector up top right here. But it is a very nice approximation of the shape, I would say. looking really, really cool with these cabins going all the way around. And then we have right here Big Ben with the printed on watch face basically right here from the clock tower, and the Parliament building kind of not underneath, behind it. And then we have the what's it called, Nelson column, and behind it the National Gallery. So let's look at it a little bit up closer from this angle right here. Oops, no, sorry, I wanted to do it this way. Here we go. So there we are. And again, as you can see, Nelson column, and behind it the National Gallery. I think it's really nice that they also did the backside kind of really neatly. Like, this is all covered. It's not like something that you wouldn't want to look at from the backside. So it's really nice and really thought through, I would say. And you can also see like this kind of, because that's why they call it the eye, I guess, because this is somewhat free floating. And then you have this like centerpiece right there, which looks really neat as well. And I like this construction with the two rotor blades that you also see in like some propellers from planes or with helicopters, stuff like that. And here we go, front side again. And I also like the kind of very light blue color that they used in combination with the tan pieces and the dark bluish gray pieces right here. And also the water underneath that you could already see before I put on all the different buildings and landmarks. And I think the column is a bit out of place concerning its height. I'm not quite sure if that is, well, this is all not in scale, of course, but it looks kind of comically big compared to the rest. I mean, this was never like a scale thing with any of the models I did before, but this right here kind of stands out. But that's just probably how you have to do it in order to fit in like more different buildings to make this one in the back really small. And this one is by comparison a little too big. But that's fine, it still works, it looks great. And if you want scale models, then you have to go elsewhere, I guess, than Lego architecture. That's not what this is made for, but nonetheless, really, really nice set in my opinion. Really short build time, but didn't affect me having fun doing it. And I'm gonna show it to you a lot more up closely right now, right here. And now you can see kind of the not perfectly round shape of the London Eye, but other than that, it looks really, really nice in my opinion. And I also like that they use these kind of facade pieces on the tower bridge that make it look like more three-dimensional compared to being just very flat. Yeah, overall, again, really nice model. Here we go. And as I mentioned before, let me just go to this camera right here. As I mentioned before, this is for a while now probably because there isn't that many architecture sets out there right now. I mean, there is a lot more discontinued ones compared to ones like this one that you can actually buy new from Lego or any other retail store, because most of the other ones I did are basically long gone from the new market, so you have to buy them used, which isn't a problem, but there is just so many architecture sets out there that you can do. The pyramid, like the I think that's the Cheops pyramid, that is still like one of the current 2021 or 22 sets. I'm thinking about getting that one too because it has quite a lot of pieces, well above 1,000, and price-wise it's come down a bit, so that might be another one that I will get at some point in the future. Also looking at San Francisco because of the very iconic red bridge, so that could be something that you will see here on this channel sometime in the future. But Christmas season is coming up, and there is a couple of holidays that I can use to build a bigger model, like in a time frame that doesn't span weeks or even months. If I have something with like 3,500, 4,000 pieces and I only get to build like 1 or 2 hours a week, that will just take forever and be too much hassle to film in the end, take up too much space. So I will have to do that in something like the Christmas holidays. And just today I finalized the sale or the buy on my end of a very nice Kata 1/8 scale supercar. Not gonna spoil which one of the available models it is, but you'll see it here on the channel. So if you don't want to miss this very huge model with a lot of, and I mean a lot of cool functions, then don't miss out. Like and subscribe, enable the bell on the channel, and then you will get the notification once the first of probably a lot of videos for that one will go up here on the Mo.re.Bricks channel. Until then, take care guys, bye.